Welcome to this video presentation of TBC and a bit advanced scanning, handling, and what you can do with it and what your connections are. So from a scan that is done, there is an SPJ file, the site specific job file. So this is scanned with Siteworks with an SX12. I simply drag the job file into TBC. It will ask me, as I do not select a coordinate system in the beginning, to give a false listing and nothing. I will accept that, and it will import all the data. I will do this live. My computer is not the kind of high end, but it's a good Dell computer with an i9 Intel processor. So we'll see how fast this will go to take in this scan. So it is now working on it, and it's in here. It will colorize based on a picture taken by the SX12. So all scan points will be given color based on from the picture. You can also stop this if it takes a long time, and you can go on with scan data without colorizing it. I'd like to use that as well to give a better picture of what you will get in and how it looks. So I got one error. Let me check what that is, and that is simply yeah, there's some, so I can drag it over so you can see it's nothing dangerous or bad. There is no FXL library definition available, so we don't have the possibility here to add attributes to anything. So here we have the scan seen from above. I can open a 3D viewer on that one, and I can rotate and see what I have inside. So this is multiple scans. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 it seems. I should have that scan stations out here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for 4 different directions. Point cloud and do a lot of things there. So we will start with that, and I will start to extract classified point cloud regions automatically. So I click on this command, and you see I need to select my point cloud. That is now selected. I will classify by ground, steps, vegetation, etc. And I will also maybe use the refine. So I can classify and refine, and it starts. And I'm also going live with this, so I will just wait and see how long this will take. TBC has got quite a number of improvements on the speed in 5.9 version, which I have installed here. So we will now see how long it takes to classify, and then see the result after, how this classification actually turns out and how good it is. So give us a few moments. It's now at 16%. The progress bar is in the bottom down here. So 62% of the first classification. There will also be a refine segment after. A bit about the date. This was done as a test in Raunheim in Germany, outside the Trimble office. So it was stationed by a group of people from Europe at the training the spring of 2023. So here we are. Everything should be classified, and it's now possible to filter away those classes or this point cloud regions that we do not want to see. So buildings I can take out. Looks pretty okay. Let's say dividers, that should be fences. I saw that disappeared. Ground refined, I will high vegetation I do not want. Low point and medium vegetation I will take out. Power lines, signs, and poles. So I now have my default and ground refined left. So let's see what might needs to be taken out. I think if I take out the default, I will have my ground level only, and I will see that here. Let me colorize that by true color and see how we actually manage. And it looks, for me, pretty good. It's not bad at all. So that ends the first little session of this tutorial. I will go on with a special feature next. The next thing I would like to do is to extract line feature from this roundabout. I want the top and the bottom of this curve to see if that is possible to extract. So the point on top here I want, and down here. So I will go to extract line feature. I will select curb and gutter in this case. You can choose some other lines, and I will now define a cutting plane. And the basic thing about that is that you should have it perpendicular to what you want to extract. So I will select point 1 out here and try to make it 90 degrees on the curve to see that it can easily be taken out from this. You can edit this and move it around. So the next thing you need to do is in the, I'll move this slightly over so I have it a bit bigger. You need to connect or make the nodes from top and bottom of this, and I will add one on each side in addition. So I will select one kind of mid inside and one on top, which will be number 2. I will add number 3 in the bottom, and as you see when you zoom in and zoom out, there is less data showing, less points. Once you stop, it will multiply and add more points. You need to click on one physical point to be able to get the data out. Okay, so we have that now. Node 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm only interested in node 2 and node 3, so I will take out 1 and 4. And I will set the interval to 0.4 meters, 40 centimeters, and I will add 90% confidence to that. So I know that when you have a pretty good 90% match, it will create the next 40 centimeters. So I'll try to extract this and see how it goes. So it now starts to move around. It will go all the way around. If it misses the 90%, it will stop and give you an option what to do next. And if you want to continue and it looks alright, you can continue. So here we are at one stop. It didn't quite feel the way, but I see the direction is okay, so I will just say extract again, and it should continue. And again it misses a bit, but it looks pretty alright. And then it continues around. This is of course based on the density and how well you have scanned your surface, and again based on original ground which we extracted from the automatic process. Also can exclude some areas. When you get to the end, it will snap, or you can stop, or you can continue and go around again, but I don't see the point in that. I will use the snap function, and I should have now my lines around. It is done. I will hit finish, and it should show me the lines, and I will create the lines. It's important to use the create button so you have the lines after. So now they are physically in here. You can do some editing on them, you can filter them, you can make them smoother, etc. We will not do that in this task, so I will close this one now, and this ends the second part of this tutorial. So the next thing I will do, which will finish off this small video, is to share these data with Quadri. So I have my two lines here. I will select them. I can click on one, hit Control and click on the second. So I have those two selected. So now I have two objects. I will go to my Quadri pane. I will send to Quadri. Now I have created a task first. I can do that. Quadri data, simply call it that. I can send to Quadri. It will give me the options to put in a conversion rule. I will simply use what I get here, and I should now have two objects in Quadri. So here we are, our two lines sent to Quadri, and you can edit them here. If you had another project, you can of course use that. You can start a CAD and send it to Trimble Drawing and play around with it further. So you have these fantastic connections between TBC, Quadri as the hub, and also Trimble Drawing on top of it. So this ends our little video for these two great objects, taken directly out of the point cloud.